Hi, Dr. C here. I want to read a little bit to you today from this book called The Buddha and the Bee, which is something I'm wrapping up now and should be available in audiobook outlets soon, say the next 3 weeks or so. And it's by Cory Mortensen, and it's about his trip from Minneapolis to California on his bicycle. All right. So in this scene, he is about to finish crossing Nevada, and he's on his way into Reno, and he's doing a little introspection, a little reflection on his journey so far. And I've got my recording software going there, so that's kind of fun. You can see my voice there. No longer was I the person I was less than a month before. The first few days of the trip, I was depressed because I had entered self-imposed isolation. Now, my depression was because I would soon re-enter society. I suppose I'd been looking for a way in while seeking a way out. I suppose I never left society. I left the idea of what society expected of me. Weeks ago, I wanted all of this to be over. Now, I wished Truckee was 4 years away. Truckee is the town in California he's heading to. What was next for your hero? Sitting behind a desk for 12 hours a day? Spending weekends keeping my yard tidy, catching up on laundry? Thursday nights watching water cooler TV with my friends? Pretending to like my neighbors so I could borrow a power tool when needed? I was afraid I would return and become that reflection I left back at Crawford's Bar and Grill in Sioux Falls. The road freed me from the daily chaos and doldrums of life. It freed me from everything. I had spent the last few weeks recreating who I was, without knowing it was happening. I realized now that I could be anywhere or anyone or nowhere and no one. Ride, eat, drink, sleep. Selfish? Perhaps. I had given the world nothing over the past few weeks that could be considered a benefit to the greater good, nor was I taking from it, aside from the temporary space. I suppose I could give back a little. I was keeping Subway in business and providing jobs for those I purchased drinks and shelters from. Perhaps I inspired someone I spoke with along the way. Or maybe someone I didn't speak with. Someone who saw me riding along the desert highway and thought, man, I need to do that. I was drifting, not in search of anything or running away from anything, at least as. Whoops. Try that again. At least, not that I was aware of anyway. Despite all those thoughts racing around my mind, I was still excited to arrive in Reno. I felt like celebrating, if for no other reason than to be done with riding across the vast Great Basin known as Nevada. Reno offered lights, excitement, and casinos. Casinos. Reno offered lights, excitement, and casinos. Reno was my Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées. Reno was my Champs-Élysées. I was convinced people were there waiting for me with champagne hand-ups, lining the streets to celebrate my arrival. I was still more than 5 hours away, but the mayor of Reno, I was sure, was busy preparing the town and warming up the band to celebrate my victorious arrival. Would there be ticker tape? Perhaps, but it wasn't necessary. I was but a simple man. I'd enter town, popping a wheelie across the finish line, or, better yet, under the Reno Arch, which famously read, Reno, the biggest little city in the world. That was going to be my Arc de Triomphe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It is a fascinating and very entertaining book, and it should be coming out in the next few weeks. So look for it in your favorite places to get audiobooks.